Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hari Bol, Nita Gaur, Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada Patita Pavani Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Gaura Premanande. Tonight we have a special guest. His Holiness Ramai Swami Maharaj. He comes from a very far off place called Australia. Better known as the Outback. And Maharaj is the leader of the entire country, including the devotees and the non-devotees. He's leading them all back to Godhead. He's a very accomplished preacher and manager. We're very honored that he's here. Maybe you can say a few words while we're waiting for the play.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here with you tonight. Of course, now is the month of Kartik, and we have wonderful opportunity to worship the Lord with the offering of the lamps. And actually, it is said that anyone who even lights the lamps for others to offer, then so many millions of pious reactions and blessings come to the person who even lights the lamps for the others to make the offering. So this is the special month of Lord Krishna's favorite month, and Srimati Radharani, it is said she is the goddess of the Kartik, because Radha and Krishna during this month perform many wonderful pastimes together. Just like yesterday, we had the festival of the Govardhana Puja, where Krishna lifted the Govardhana hill and protected all the inhabitants of Vrindavan from the wrath of Lord Indra when he was throwing down the rain, because the inhabitants of Vrindavan had stopped the Indra Jagya, and Lord Krishna had said, now just do the Govardhan Jagya. He detected some pride in Indra and wanted to teach him a lesson. So that day was celebrated yesterday. Diwali was also a few days ago. So this is a very wonderful month, and we're very fortunate also to have His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, who has just arrived. Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki. Anyone who does any devotional service in this month is blessed 1,000 times more than anything done in all the other months. So anyone, we're very thankful that you were able to come to the temple. And actually the whole month of the Kartik, I think it started October 27th and goes to like November 25th or something like that. So for the whole month, if you can come for the temple every day, we have in the morning also, you can offer the lamp, but especially in the evenings we have Arti and Kirtan and offering of the lamps. And so we see how we're offering to the Bal Krishna and Mother Jasoda, and also Radha Nilamadava, and we can offer to all the forms of the Lord, Sitaram Lakshman and Shishi Gaurnitai, Jagannath, Baladev Subhadra Devi. So any activity performed in offering the lamps, if one can do more kirtan, if one can do more japa, sometimes you can do some brata, some austerity, some like fasting, just for the sake of Krishna, because you want to increase your spiritual life. Krishna becomes very happy. Just like it is said that sometimes in this month, maybe you like sweets, maybe you like the savory things. So for this month you can say, Krishna, for you, I'm doing some tapasya. For this month I'm giving up the sweets. For this month I will have no salt. Or for this month I have havisyana, and havisyana is just the khichdi, boiled khichdi with no salt, no spices, nothing. So this is, Kartik is one of the months also of the Chaturmasya, the 4 months where the devotees follow some tapasya. And one of them is you can just eat the boiled khichdi, the mung dal and the rice boiled together. So anything done in this month is very wonderful, has very deep effects, and Krishna is so happy. So especially kirtan, japa, doing the puja, offering the prayers, offering the lamp, doing some tapasya. It is said, especially if one rises early in the morning, in the Brahma Muhurta, he can come to the Mangal Arti. If he can come like that, that is very, very beneficial. This is the topmost of all the months, Kartik month, and especially dear to Lord Krishna. So Krishna gives one opportunity to us, because sometimes during the other parts of the year we cannot do so much. We have other work and other commitments, but especially if you make effort during this month. So actually many of our devotees have gone to Vrindavan. There now many have gone, and there is many parikrams and yatra, and we have more than with Radhanath Maharaj, we heard that he has 5,000 of his disciples are going on the yatra there, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj is there with the 3,000, and then more than 10,000 of our ISKCON devotees are there in Vrindavan now. But actually Vrindavan is actually in your heart. Wherever there is Krishna, Radha, wherever his devotee is there, that is Vrindavan actually. So you can be Vrindavan there, or you can have Vrindavan in your heart. Actually, I remember one story where some devotees were leaving Vrindavan and they went to Delhi to catch the flight to another country, and then they said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, oh, now we've left Vrindavan, we've come here. Or such a different atmosphere in Delhi than from Vrindavan. And Prabhupada said, oh, why? Vrindavan is within your heart. So we're here. This is Vrindavan. This is Radha, this is Krishna, and now this is Kartik. a very, very wonderful opportunity. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Shri Radha Nilamadhava ki. Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bo.
Yeah, let's start. Yeah. It's all right. Let's let them start. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. I don't want to waste your time talking. I thought we'll see the performance. Everyone is looking forward to it. But I told that they'll take another 5 minutes to get ready. So I thought I'll say something. So first of all, thank you very much for being such good devotees. Krishna consciousness is the most important thing. When one gets the human form of life, one gets the opportunity to inquire about the spiritual reality. And that inquiry is called Brahma Jigyasa. So our scriptures are saying, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Now that you got the human form of life, you question about your actual identity. Normally, living entities in the material nature dwell in the bodily concept of life. Everyone thinks that he is his body. But a human being can inquire whether the body is his actual identity or his identity is spiritual. And that makes one to transcend the animal platform. Just to get the human form is not enough. When one, unless and until one begins this question, unless and until one begins the inquiry, who he is, where he came from, and what's the purpose of his existence, that state is called subhuman species of existence. That state is called Naradhama. Nara means human beings, Adham means below. So Naradhama. They have the human form, but they are not really human beings. And that actually simply means that when one dwells with his animalistic propensities. Animalistic propensities, what does an animal live for? Okay. He even complained. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So, in spite of getting the human body, if one just remains obsessed with these four activities, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, then he is not actually a human being. Human form of life begins with Brahma Jigyasa, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Now that you got the human form of life, inquire about your spiritual identity and the spiritual reality. So in order to bring this message to the outside world, to bring the message from India to the outside world, Srila Prabhupada came. Srila Prabhupada came to America about 50 years ago, carrying that message. And when Srila Prabhupada was giving the first address in America, a first public address in America, you know what was Prabhupada's opening sentence? What was the first thing that Prabhupada said? Mind you, Prabhupada's first lecture, public lecture in America, Prabhupada mentioned, I haven't come here to teach you anything new. I have come here to remind you what you have forgotten. I have come here simply to remind you what you've forgotten. That is, in reality, we all are spiritual beings, but we forgot that. And Srila Prabhupada came to distribute that, to give that reminder. Athato Brahma Jigyasa Amritasya Putra Shrinnantu Vishye Amritasya Putra. Listen, the children of immortality. Amritasya means of immortality. Putra means children. You all are children of immortality. But you all are in a world of death. Marta Loka or Mrityu Loka. But we are not subjected to death. Our actual identity is spiritual, and spirit soul is immortal, spirit soul is eternal. So that is the message that Srila Prabhupada came to distribute here, and we are very fortunate that we have somehow or other come in contact with these teachings of Srila Prabhupada, and by Krishna's mercy, we have accepted these teachings and we are trying to mold our lives according to the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. As Maharaj pointed out, this month is very, very special to cultivate our spiritual activities. Of all the months, this month, Kartik, Margasirsha, is the best. So thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Yeah.
Sorry, take this one, take this one.
Okay.
This location is okay? Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna. We welcome everyone for the evening celebrations of, we're observing Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day tomorrow, and we have some special presentation by the children and the teens and the pre-teens of our congregation. A lot of effort is put by some devotees in the congregation for different kids and teens programs that we have. So apart from the regular Sunday school that we have here, we also have the Bhimsen Boys Club, and we have the Blossom Girls Club, and they do a lot of wonderful programs, and the entire summer the boys had nice fun, and so did the girls. And what we're trying to do is every festival that we have, we're trying to help them develop a meditation about the festival. And the best way we thought to keep them engaged is to have them prepare presentations and dramas and dances and songs and different things, to mark the festival so that it creates some deep impressions in their mind. So today is going to be an evening of some speeches. We have 5 speeches by our children, and then we have 2 dramas, one by the Girls Club and one by the Boys Club. And then we have a song that is going to be sung by the entire group. So keep them excited, keep cheering them, and we'll first begin with our speeches. So we have Sindhu Bilapati, who's going to come up on stage and present some thoughts about Srila Prabhupada, and she'll be followed by Siddharth Bilapati, who is her younger brother. And both of these children are being homeschooled, and they've read the first canto and the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and they've done a lot of nice presentations to some of us about their realizations, and they have some very profound realizations. So we'll let Sindhu, and her speech is titled Prabhupada's Last Days Instructions That Especially Inspired Her. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My name is Hare Krishna. My name is Sindhu, and I'm going to be speaking about the last days of Srila Prabhupada's journey that I have obtained from from Tamokrishna Goswami Maharaj's diary that especially inspired me. In one of the incident, when Tamokrishna Goswami Maharaj said, "What can I do, Prabhupada? I am simply a fool. You have to give me the intelligence." Prabhupada answered, "As long as you remain a fool, then I can instruct you. But when you think you are very intelligent, then nothing is possible." One day, Prabhupada was sharing with his disciples, "No one was as affectionate to me as my father. Sometimes, if he had to chastise me, he would apologize, saying that it was his duty." Regarding the chanting, Prabhupada said, "You should chant 24 hours a day, but minimum 16 rounds. Chanting any way that is convenient, but chanting with voice is better because it benefits not just yourself, but others as well." In one of the incidents, Prabhupada described about his oldest son, Mathura Mohan De. All the Vaishnavas loved him. My Guru Maharaj would treat him just like his own grandson. On Janmashtami, he would not even take water, even if he would faint. All the disciples loved him. He would go to his Guru Maharaj and bow down, saying again and again, "Guru Maharaj, please give me your mercy. Please give me your mercy." He was very beautiful, very intelligent, a good devotee, and his future was bright. But after I left, he became ruined by association. Then Prabhupada continued, saying that association is very important. When one disciple asked Prabhupada on how exactly to develop, Prabhupada said, "Book distribution and farms. These are the solid programs. They can change the whole world. The whole foundation of animal civilization can be destroyed. Simple living, high thinking." Prabhupada began to cry. "Don't waste time in bodily comforts. Chant Hare Krishna. I have only done 50% of what I want to do, but I will live forever in my books." Vrindavan Chandra De, who was the younger son of Prabhupada, explained about Prabhupada when he was in his family life. Every morning, around 5 o'clock, Prabhupada would hold kirtana, chanting Hare Krishna with his family. Then, he would offer food preparations to his deities of Radha and Krishna. At night, the program was repeated, with the addition of Prabhupada's reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. He would personally sew clothes for his deities. Prabhupada said to his sister, Bhavatarani Devi Dasi, "Sometimes in the past, I heard you were not allowed in the room. So if there's any offense, I want you to forgive me." And Prabhupada said to the other devotees around him, "Apart from being my sister, she is my god sister. She took Harinam Diksha from Bhakti Siddhanta. If we make any offense upon any Vaishnava, it is not good. So please ask her to forgive me." All the disciples used to call her Pisima, meaning auntie in Bengali. On October 2nd, 1977, when he was deliberately ill, Prabhupada prayed to Lord Krishna, "My dear Krishna, please let me die immediately, so that the swan in my mind may be encircled by the lotus feet. Otherwise, at the time of my final breath, when my throat is choked up, how will it be possible for me to think of you?" On October 29th, when all the disciples were around Prabhupada's bed, he said, "I'm taking so much service from you, and in this condition, I cannot return it." Prabhupada was crying. "Please excuse me." Prabhupada's very significant instructions to all the disciples of the movement is, Krishna conscious movement will go on. This is a genuine thing. Take it seriously, not as a trifle. My Guru Maharaj is pushing me, I'm pushing you, and you're pushing others, just like a train. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. would like to thank Harivilas Prabhu, my gurus, teachers, and all my friends for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So these boys' camps, the name of the boys' camp, Bhimsen Boys Club, how do you like it? So we were, like Gupta Prabhu, who's there in the back, in the blue jacket. She's hiding behind the Dharama there, Hare Krishna. So he's the one who coordinates the boys' camp along with all the parents who all work hard together to do it. And he had the strong desire to train up the boys and do something with them. And then when he went to Harivilas Prabhu to ask for a name, then Harivilas Prabhu said the name should be Bhimsen Boys Camp. And I think the boys like it so much, they also have t-shirts printed with those names, and I think just by looking at the t-shirts, a lot more children want to join that club. So that's nice, good publicity for us. And thank you so much, Sindhu, for sharing your realizations. She brought up very nice and many, many wonderful points about right from Srila Prabhupada's books to how he dealt with his disciples, to how he dealt with the preaching movement, to how he left his body. And next up we have Siddharth Bilapati. He's 7 years old. And as I mentioned earlier, he along with his sisters finished the 1st and 7th canto and also shared his realizations. And now he's going to talk about important dates in Srila Prabhupada's journey.
Hare Krishna. I am Siddharth. I'm going to be speaking about the important dates in Srila Prabhupada's journey. In 1896, Prabhupada was born in Calcutta on September 1st. His parents, Gauramohan De and Rajani, named him as Abhay Charan. In 1922, Abhay met his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the founder of the Gaudiya Math. Within the moments of the first meeting, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said, "You are educated young men. Why don't you preach Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message throughout the whole world?" In 1932, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta called for Abhay to receive the Harinama initiation by accepting his beads. At the same time, he also received the Brahmanical thread signifying second initiations. In this way, Bhaktisiddhanta offered Abhay both initiations at the same time. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta added Aravinda to his name. Now he is Abhay Charan Aravinda. In 1939, appreciating his scholarship and zeal, his godbrothers from the Gaudiya Math have him the title Bhaktivedanta. In 1944, started Back to Garden magazine. He single-handedly typed, proofread, and published the magazine. In 1959, Abhay received the Sannyasa initiation and became A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. In 1965, he started for America on Jaladuta. After undergoing both of seasickness, he endured 2 heart attacks on 2 successive days, fearing that the third attack might be fatal. He intensified his prayers to Krishna, and that night, instead of a heart attack, came the Lord of his heart. Krishna appeared in a mystical vision, offered his blessings, and assured that he would personally steer the ship across the ocean and would ensure the success of his devotees' mission. So this year 2015, in which the 50th anniversary of Jaladuta Yatra is celebrated around the world. In 1966, he incorporated International Society for Krishna Consciousness on August 8th in New York. In 1967, inspired the first Ratha Yatra in the west of San Francisco. The hippies loved the public dancing and singing. while earlier they would have been arrested for dancing on the streets. Now they were being escorted by the police. In 1967, got the third heart attack and returned to India. And a year later, they welcomed their beloved Swami back to America. They recognized that their master had saved them from directionless and meaningless lives. In gratitude and reverence, they longed to address him with a title more special than Swami. Accordingly, after consulting him, they started addressing him with the honorific Prabhupada. In 1968, Macmillan published his Bhagavad Gita commentary. Millions of copies have been distributed all over the world in over 60 languages. In 1969, established ISKCON's first Radha Krishna temple in Los Angeles. In 1970, established the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. Today, the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, having produced in over 500 million books in over 70 languages, and distributed in over 100 countries. In 1972, conducted the groundbreaking ceremony for a magnificent temple in Mayapur, which will become the biggest Hindu temple in the world. In 1977, surrounded by loving devotees singing the holy names, he uttered the name of Krishna with his last breath on November 14th and went to the abode of his beloved Lord. Srila Prabhupada ki jai! I would like to thank Haridas Prabhu and all the teachers for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, training is always on. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for taking us through Srila Prabhupada's wonderful journey in such a nice short time and in such a nice presentation. We're very, very grateful to you. Just to see the amount of sacrifices Srila Prabhupada has done, it shows the degree of compassion he had for all of us. And as the program progresses, we will hear more and more children share about Srila Prabhupada's compassion with us. And I also have some trivia that I will keep sharing as the time goes by. So next up we have Vaishnavi. Hare Krishna. So Vaishnavi has been, she and her family have been coming to the temple for a few years now. And she and her family have deep appreciation for all of Srila Prabhupada's teachings and the association of devotees. So much so that they used to live about, what I just heard is that they used to live about 10 miles away from the temple, and now they just moved recently to just a mile away from the temple. So that is the amount of gratitude and appreciation they have, that they were ready to move house and come here. And we also have some people in this room who moved cities to be here in this temple. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Vaishnavi.
Hare Krishna, my name is Vaishnavi, and today I'm going to talk about Srila Prabhupada and his difficulties, his hopes, and his accomplishments. Birth. Srila Prabhupada was born in Kolkata on September 1st, 1896. It is a significant day because it is Navadashi, when Nanda Maharaj celebrated the birth of his son, Lord Sri Krishna. Prabhupada's original name is Abhicharan, and his parents are Gauru Mohan D. and Rajni. One of Prabhupada's childhood memories was waking up to the sound of bells being rung at worship to the Lord. He also learned to play the madranga, a kind of drum used in kirtans. He had a special play to organize a Rath Yatra festival on the streets near his house. I have a short summary of the story from Back to Godhead of how he got the chariot and how he made the Rath Yatra festival near his home for 8 days. Abhay was very impressed by the Rath Yatra festival held at Jagannath Puri. Though his father supported him, they could not afford to make one from the carpenter. Little Abhay started crying from this. Seeing this, an old Bengali woman approached them and, knowing the matter, invited them to her place, saying that she had a small cart. Gauru Mohan bought the cart and added 13 pillars, a gorapuram, and 2 horses. spiritual master. Abhay had grown into an educated young man. Being a concerned citizen, he joined Gandhiji's non-cooperation movement and became an activist. In 1922, he met his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the founder of Gaudiya Jamaat, and he changed from an activist to a spiritual activist. Western movement. Also by the order of his guru, Prabhupada came to the United States of America in a cargo ship with many hopes and facing lots of difficulties. Prabhupada achieved many goals, but one of them was how he did a Rath Yatra festival in the streets of West San Francisco. This inspired millions of people to be Krishna consciousness. Therefore, from his divine grace, Krishna consciousness, or ISKCON, is being continued all over the world to this day. Hare Krishna, thank you everyone. I would really love to thank everyone who came here, Harilas Prabhuji and everyone, because it was very enlightening and joyful to learn about Srila Prabhupada. Haribol.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi. Just like her name, she's a very wonderful Vaishnavi, and we're very happy to have her in our congregation. So Prabhupada had translated so many books, and so many. Do you know how many books did Prabhupada write? 120? Well, the website I went to said 147. So if you just look at Srimad Bhagavatam, there were 18,000 verses that Srila Prabhupada translated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So if you would read one verse a day, how many days would it take for you to finish the entire Srimad Bhagavatam? Finish just reading. How many? Close to 50 years. It says 49.31 years. And Prabhupada translated all of that, and he wrote the purports to all of that, and he accomplished that in like a span of less than 4 or 5 years. Along with the printing, along with the artwork, and along with the distribution, and along with the translation in so many different languages. So next up we have Sanskriti. Hare Krishna. She's been coming to our temple since the day she was conceived. And her body is fully made of prasadam, to the extent that when her mother had just begun to come to the temple when she had conceived Sanskriti, and from what I clearly remember that when Mataji used to come and she used to pack prasadam from her and take it home almost every single day, and then we used to wonder, okay, Mataji really likes prasadam. And until after Sanskriti was born, we heard that if Mataji eats anything apart from prasadam, she has to throw up. And the only thing that works for her body while she was carrying Sanskriti was only prasadam. And we also remember that for almost like the first 4 or 5 years of her life, she always had a veil, like a gopi, and she always had a baby doll, and she would be in this mood of Mother Yashoda and always feeding baby Krishna. So we're very, very happy to hear from Sanskriti today, and she's prepared her speech in less than a day, and we're all here to encourage and cheer Sanskriti. Thank you so much.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Gananjanashlakaya Chakshurmilitam Nena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Bol, respected Maharaj and dear devotees. Today I am going to talk about our dear most Srila Prabhupada. There is no end to the descriptions of Srila Prabhupada's transcendental qualities, nor do we want to ever stop describing them. Srila Prabhupada came to the Western world at the age of 70 with 40 rupees and suffering 2 heart attacks in cargo ship. He went to each and every country and distributed Krishna consciousness to everybody. Srila Prabhupada is the source of mercy. I was wandering aimlessly here and there in the entire universe. In 8.4 million species. By good fortune, I happen to have a human body at the same time when ISKCON still existed in Seattle. I get up daily hearing Srila Prabhupada's bhajan and go to a school which follows Srila Prabhupada's principles. I get Krishna consciousness prasad in school and at the evenings I attend lectures from Srila Prabhupada's books by His Grace Haridas Prabhu. On weekends I go to distribute burritos and Srila Prabhupada's books, and I go to the farm and feed the cows. When I talk about this to my cousins in India, they cannot believe I am in America. Srila Prabhupada, you saved me. You saved all of us. If Srila Prabhupada was not there, then what would we be doing? I'm sure all of you would have thought about this. We would not have been coming to temple and listening to the lectures or hearing kirtan, or we would not have been seeing the wonderful dances and dramas. We would have been staying home, sleeping, eating, mating, and defending, and going to movies every day. Let us all hold to the dhoti of Srila Prabhupada and cross over this material world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Sanskriti, for a very, very personal and very, very heartful speech. Recently, we had the fortune of visiting Udupi, Udupi Krishna, near Mangalore. Mangalore is the nearest airport to that place, and we had the fortune of meeting one of the presidents of one of the temples of the Raghavendra Mutt, who follows of Srila Madhvacharya, and he was probably in his late 20s, very young person, but very, very nice person, very, very nice devotee to meet and get association from. And he was glorifying Srila Prabhupada so much. And wherever we went in Udupi, just by seeing the beadbag, so many people would smile and appreciate us so much. And we knew that it was not us, it was just the glorious movement that Srila Prabhupada has created. And also all the wonderful devotees and all the wonderful disciples of Srila Prabhupada that have come from this movement, that they are all having so much appreciation of. And another wonderful thing he mentioned was that there are various mutts within that Krishna mutt area. And he was mentioning that there is one Swamiji from one of the mutts, one sannyasi, and he actually used this word, who dared to cross the ocean. And the other people, based on what is there in our Vedic scriptures, or our understanding that we should not be crossing the ocean because of the different influences that are going to be there, leaving Bharatvarsha. So the other people were not able to appreciate. And he said that, but what Srila Prabhupada has done is so amazing. And he said because in Udupi, they see so many devotees from Kazakhstan, from Algeria, from Nigeria, from all over the world who come over there, and he's thinking this is only possible because of the divine mercy and compassion of Srila Prabhupada, who was able to, because he was the Acharya, he was able to adjust some of those rules and, cross over just out of compassion, even if that was not appreciated by so many of his godbrothers at that time. But now we can see the movement is there in every town and village. So we're very, very grateful to Srila Prabhupada that, as Sanskriti mentioned, in spite of being in America, we do things that even my cousins can't believe that, oh, do you live in America? And I'm sure you all have that experience. So thank you so much, Sanskriti, for bringing that point out. And next up we have Krishna Chaitanya Perla, and he's here to present his nice speech on Srila Prabhupada. And Krishna Chaitanya, you're 7 years old?
Yeah, I'm going to turn 8 in November.
Okay, so he's going to turn 8 this month. And we were very looking forward to hear about your speech. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. My name is Krishna Chaitanya. I'm going to talk about the founder Acharya of ISKCON, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He appeared in a family of pure Gaudiya Vaishnavas on September 1st in
September 1st, 1896 in Kolkata. His parents named him Abhay Charan. From his early childhood, he showed signs of pure devotion to Lord Krishna. An example is when he was 5 years old, with the help of his father, he organized a Ratha Yatra in his neighborhood to glorify Lord Jagannatha. With his little hands, he very carefully decorated a small cart to resemble the Lord's chariot in Puri. And he had also organized a beautiful kirtan party, and he organized cooking and distribution of prasadam. With his enthusiasm and ecstatic love for Krishna, he engaged the whole community in chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. But nobody knew this young child will soon be spreading the glories of Krishna all around the world. As he grew up, he became involved with Gandhi's civil rights movement. Later, he met a prominent scholar and spiritual leader, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which proved most effective on young Abhay's future. Upon their first meeting, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta asked Abhay to bring the teachings of Krishna to the Western world. From birth, Abhay had been raised in a family devoted to Krishna, deeply moved by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's devotion and wisdom. Abhay became his disciple and dedicated himself to carrying out his request. After many years, he had been awarded the honorary title of Bhakti Vedanta in recognition of his learning and devotion, and having taken the vows of sannyasa. He was now known as Bhakti Vedanta Swami. But it wasn't until 1965, the age of 69, he set off on his mission to the west. He boarded a cargo ship to New York called the Jaladuta. The journey was really harsh. Prabhupada had suffered 2 heart attacks on the ship. After 35 days at sea, he finally arrived in Brooklyn Pier with just $7 in Indian rupees and a crate holding the Bhagavatam. He began his mission humbly by giving classes on the Bhagavad Gita in lofts of the Bowery, New York's infamous Skid Row, and leading kirtan in Tompkins Square Park. His message of peace and goodwill attracted many young people. Some who came forward became serious students of Krishna Bhakti. With the help of these students, Prabhupada rented a small storefront on New York's Lower East Side to use as a temple. After months of hard work and struggle, in July of 1966, Prabhupada established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness for the purpose of checking the imbalance of values in the world and working for real unity and peace. In the next 11 years, Srila Prabhupada circled the globe 14 times, bringing the Hare Krishna movement to thousands of people. With their help, Srila Prabhupada established centers and projects throughout the world, including temples, rural communities, educational places, and what would become the world's largest vegetarian food relief program. With the desire to nourish the roots of Krishna Bhakti in its home, Srila Prabhupada returned to India several times. In India, he opened dozens of temples, including important centers in the holy towns of Vrindavan and Mayapur. After all his hard work for the entire world, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada passed away on November 14, 1977 in Vrindavan, surrounded by his loving disciples who carry on his mission today. Srila Prabhupada achieved what no other could achieve or dream of achieving. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I thank Harvilas Prabhu and all my gurus for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much, Krishna Chaitanya. After hearing their speeches, I think it's a wonderful inspiration for all of us, and it got me wondering that I need to write my offering to Srila Prabhupada also and be ready for tomorrow. So the kids are leading us by their example, and something for us to meditate on and something for us to think about, what is our gratitude for Srila Prabhupada, and something that we could express in words, because it's going to only help us go further in our service to Srila Prabhupada. So next up we have a nice drama by the Bhimsen Boys Club. So you're going to see some boys here dressed very differently from a different loka. And while they get ready, I have some more trivia for you. So we talked about how if you read one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam a day, it'll take you about 50 years to complete reading all the 18,000 verses, translations and purports by Srila Prabhupada. And you have about 11,555 verses in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So if you read one verse a day, how many years is it going to take you? Good math. 31.6 years. Good job. So it'll take you 50 years to complete Srimad Bhagavatam, and if after that you decide to read Chaitanya Charitamrita, that'll take another 30 years, so 80 years of our lifetime. And then the Bhagavad Gita, if we read one verse every day, it'll take about 2 years. So that's about how many years? 82. So, I mean, do you, all of us, a lot of us here are software engineers, you want to do parallel processing, or you want to do like sequential or asynchronous or synchronous. But Prabhupada achieved this feat in less than 10 years, and for us just to read all of this can take so long. And Prabhupada gave us these books because that is where all his instructions lie. Like so many times, we are very happy and to hear pastimes of Srila Prabhupada and we have such an esteemed so many esteemed disciples of Srila Prabhupada with us over here, and we'll be very happy to hear about his pastimes and, their realizations about Srila Prabhupada. And many of us can wonder, how are we going to get association of Srila Prabhupada? And, if we just read Srila Prabhupada's books, and if we read all the letters he has written, there are about 7,000 personal letters Srila Prabhupada wrote to his disciples. So we have those letters. And then all the Srimad Bhagavatam classes that he gave, we have tapes for all of that. And those have also been transcribed, and there are about 11 volume books for that. So all the lectures are in 11 volume books. And then he has multiple lectures on Bhagavad Gita, which are in 7 volume books. And there are about, all the conversations that he has been captured in about 42 volume books. So there's so much association of Srila Prabhupada for all of us. So if we haven't gotten to associate with him personally, it's such a wonderful opportunity for us just to read so much sacrifice and done by all the devotees and disciples of Srila Prabhupada to keep his legacy alive for all of us. So after hearing all of these calculations, I think we all want to have a marathon of reading Srila Prabhupada's books. So we have a marathon for distributing Srila Prabhupada's books, and let's also have a marathon for reading Srila Prabhupada's books. So without further ado, we have the boys come up with a wonderful drama. They didn't even want to tell me the title of the drama. They said it will be announced by them. So watch it. Hare Krishna.
Yamraj is the demigod who records all our pious and evil deeds. Once the servants of Yamraj approached him and complained about something that they were very concerned. Here is a conversation between Yamraj and his Yamaduta servants. How are you, Prabhuji?
I am doing well, but you look a little tense.
Yes, Prabhu, we are disturbed by a few issues.
Oh, let me know your issues.
I am worried about this hell.
Why? What has happened?
Hell is getting emptied by each passing day, and if this situation continues, we will need to close down hell.
But why? What is happening?
This is just because of a devotee of Krishna.
Devotee? How is a devotee doing such a miracle?
This devotee is a representative of Krishna, and although he has already left this material body and returned to the spiritual world, his magic is still working.
About whom are you speaking?
Prabhuji, it is obvious. Srila Prabhupada. He established ISKCON in his old age and traveled 14 times all over the world and spread Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. He gave Hare Krishna Mahamantra to all the people. Let us see how he spread Mahaprabhu's mission in the world. This way, Srila Prabhupada gave Krishna consciousness to the whole world. Now, after he departed to the spiritual world, I don't know what he told his followers, but they are following their spiritual master's instructions and preaching everywhere in the world. Because of their preaching, no one is coming to this hell. See how they are preaching.
Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavansam Sri Rupam Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathantam Swam Sadivam Shadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sadhana Dalita Sri Vishakhanita.
Yes, you are right. This is a concern. We cannot even touch them or bring them to hell. Yes, you are right. This is a concern. We cannot even touch them or bring them to hell. Why? They must have made some mistakes, and for making certain mistakes, they can be brought to my hell. We can't take them. Everyone is going to Krishnaloka because they know a transcendental secret. What transcendental secret? They know that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, verse 8.6, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajante kalevaram tam tam evaiti konteya sada tad bhava bhavita. In whichever state you quit your body, in next breath you will attain the same body. That's why every devotee keeps chanting Krishna's name and never stops chanting. They practice to chant the Lord's holy name. So, at the time of death, they will be able to attain the Lord. Wherever they go, they are always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Maha Mantra is so powerful that these devotees are becoming very smart. They always chant loudly so that people around them can also hear. The sound is everywhere. Some senior devotees are totally renounced and are traveling from country to country, giving classes on Krishna consciousness. There are others that send regular weekly wisdom emails in order to give spiritual guidance. What shall we do? We will be in big trouble if this hell closes. We will all lose our jobs.
No, Prabhu. These devotees are very cunning. Srila Prabhupada has revealed every secret to them. These people are observing Kartik month to benefit themselves and their forefathers. And therefore, hell's population is also decreasing.
Oh no! Especially due to Kartik Masa Vrat, lots of souls have been released from hell. As stated in the Garuda Purana, someone who is suffering in hell cannot practice Krishna consciousness because it requires some mental peace. Tortures of hell make that impossible. But if a relative of a sinner suffering in hell gives some charity in the name of the sinner, he can leave hell and enter the heavenly planet. Or if a
relative observes Kartik fasting for a suffering kinsman, the kinsman goes directly to the spiritual world.
And moreover, they observe Ekadashi every 15 days per the directions given by Srila Prabhupada, and thereby give comforts to their forefathers in this hell.
Oh my Krishna, I am getting very concerned with these devotees. Why don't you put these devotees to troubles so that they become bewildered and forget to chant Hare Krishna?
Prabhuji, it's not easy. Whenever we create some problem for these devotees, they start chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and thank Krishna for giving them a test for their purification. They are not afraid of any problem. They think that whenever Krishna sends some problem, it means that Krishna loves them and is testing their sincerity. They are not afraid of anything. They know that Krishna is everywhere. They sing the Hare Krishna mantra in every situation. They are making us mad. We are really just sitting idle just because of these devotees.
Oh no, we are really in trouble.
Oh, there is one more problem.
What?
They are making every place like Vrindavan.
How?
They are building new temples and spending money in Krishna's service. They've installed so many deities in people's home. See how they are doing it. I can tell you that these devotees are making such a big mess in this material world. I am sure that if they continue to work at this speed, they will make everyone go from this world to Krishna Loka.
Oh my Krishna, save us from these devotees.
Yes, only Krishna will save us. Better request Krishna to give us another job.
What is your mantra?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I heard my clock. Ring, ring, ring. It's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. It was a dream, but yet never stop preaching, even in a dream.
Thank you so much, the Bhimsen Boys Club. So, can we request you all to come on stage? So, Yamaraj was acted by Sai Krishna. Please come over. And then the 3 Yamadutas. So, this is Sai Krishna. Come forward. And then we have the 3 Yamadutas. They're nowhere to be seen after all the preaching. But the characters were enacted by Dhruv and Harishri and Nitin. And we have Vinayak, who was the nice devotee who was having this wonderful dream and how there was preaching going on even in his dream. So we're very grateful to these boys, and we're very grateful to Gupta Prabhuji and also Srinivas Prabhu and all the other parents. So Srinivas Prabhu, we have many Srinivas Prabhus here, but especially the Prabhu who is Yamaraj's father. So Yamaraj's father is Srinivas Prabhu. Yes, and that is Gupta Prabhu over here. Krishna. And we also thank all the parents who have, facilitated their children in coming for the practices and doing their makeup and encouraging them and just supporting this whole program. So thank you very much. And we're getting ready for, Gupta Prabhu wishes to share something.
Hare Krishna. I just want to thank whoever has participated in this drama. So just especially kids, though it is very tough to make them practice, but they are very helpful and gave me the chance to come within a month. One time they came almost only 5-6 times we practiced it, but they very good. I really appreciate them, and especially I am very glad to them to have the in my Beams and Boys Club. And as the same thing, I want to thank all the devotees, especially Srinivas Prabhu who is helping in practicing the drama, and Kritika Mataji, he is the one recording the voice, and Sangeeta Mataji and Chunki Mataji for helping in the makeup. I thank everybody for all the devotees for being active, and especially thanks for all the parents who are kids and allowing them to in such a school time also. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gupta Prabhu. And next up we have the girls' drama. So while they get ready, I thought I'll just share some more with all of you. So we saw some very nice, wonderful videos, especially showing how Srila Prabhupada, spent the time that he did to spread ISKCON and to establish ISKCON and spread the Krishna consciousness movement. And this has been prophesized as it has been described in the Sri Chaitanya Mangala, which is a biography of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in that, Lord Chaitanya, he foretold the coming of an empowered devotee who would take the Sankirtan process everywhere. And the words from Sri Chaitanya Mangal are, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I want to flood the whole world with the chanting of the holy names. I will personally preach and flood India with Harinam Sankirtan, chanting of the holy names. And my Senapati Bhakta, great devotee commander, will come, preach in different countries and flood the world with the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yes, sir. So Srila Prabhupada is that Senapati Bhakta who has been described by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Mangala. And also later in the 1800s, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who he also predicted in his magazine in one of the articles in the Sajjana Toshini called the Nityananda Suryodaya. And he says, soon there will be a time when chanting of Krishna's name will be heard in England, France, Russia, Germany and America. And then he says, Sriman Mahaprabhu did not descend with his associates to deliver a certain number of human beings in the land of India, but rather his purpose was to deliver and uplift all living beings in all countries of the world by practicing the eternal religion of all souls. And it was predicted that this principle of this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra will go and spread in every town and village. So once there was a lecture by His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami that I heard that you spoke in the Radha Gopinath temple, and you were speaking about how following Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like following in the footsteps of the Vrindavan Vasis, because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mode of Radharani, and if we just follow him, then and then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission of the Sankirtana movement spreading in every town and village is going to happen, because this prophecy is coming true and will come true, and it is our choice whether we want to participate it or not. Without our participation also it is going to spread everywhere. That's what Maharaj was telling all of us. So it's, if we just want to get some mercy, then we just become like one of the people in the movement, even if we are sweeping the floor or we are washing the pots or we are doing any of these services. The movement is going to go on. The choice is whether we want to be a part of it or not. Without us also it is going to spread. So it is a great fortune that we have to get a chance to participate in a divine movement, something like that. So we are very grateful to all the children to have such wonderful presentations to inspire all of us to commit ourselves to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you.
Hare Krishna everyone, and welcome to the ISKCON Vedic Cultural Center. Under the guidance and inspiration of His Grace Hari Vilas Prabhu, we are celebrating the Disappreance Day of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
To show you the importance and impact that he has played in our Krishna consciousness lives, we have put together a drama.
However, this isn't a normal drama that shows a sequence of events, but rather small parts of Prabhupada's life that display prominent occasions and present to us why he is so significant. Thank you.
Abhay Charan Dey was born on September 1st, 1896. His parents, Shriman Gaur Mohan Dey and Srimati Rajni Dey, were devout Vaishnavas. His childhood revolved around Krishna since the moment he was born. However, he was just a child. Therefore, he did childish acts like any other kid does when he's a 5-year-old. He was pampered by his dad and received anything he wanted by the usual crying and whining.
No, you get on. You're walking on the stage. Okay.
I want a toy gun.
Abhay, a toy gun? No, Abhay, what are you going to do with the toy gun?
No, I want a toy gun.
Fine, Abhay, I'll buy you a toy gun. Could I please have a toy gun?
Thank you. There you go.
I want another toy gun.
Abhay, another gun? But you already have one gun,
I
right?
want another gun for my other hand.
No, Abhay, you cannot have another gun.
No, I want another gun.
Fine, Abhay, I'll buy you another gun. Could I please have another gun? Thank you. There you go.
One day, a friend of Abhay, Narendranath Mullik, urged him to meet Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, a learned sadhu from Mayapur. Abhay did not want to go because he thought sadhus just dressed up for alms and food. He did not think they were true. After some arguing and discord, Abhay finally agreed to meet Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
Let's go meet a sadhu. His name is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He's a highly elevated Vaishnava and a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
I do not want to go. I know all these sadhus. I had seen many in my childhood. They dressed up as a sannyasi and collected money from innocent people. I remember the time when I saw a beggar who dressed up as a sadhu and went to beg for alms. This way he earned his livelihood.
No, he's not like that. Please come with me, just once. This sadhu is a highly elevated sannyasi. Come with me and see for yourself.
All right, let's go. You are my friend and I trust you. We will go.
Turn off the lights. They have to turn off the lights.
When Abhay met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was quite impressed. His lectures delighted Abhay in his first meeting. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told him to preach Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message throughout the whole world. After a couple of months, Abhay moved to Allahabad for his business. He heard that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was coming there and was going to host an initiation ceremony. Through one of Thakur's disciples, Atulananda Brahmachari, Abhay expressed his desire to receive initiation. Abhay took first and second initiation together.
बुद्धिभूतं त्रिलोकेशं तं नमामि बृहस्पतिम् ॐ सुराचार्याय विद्महे सुरश्रेष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो गुरुः प्रचोदयात् अस्मिन् कुम्भे बृहस्पतिग्रहमावाहयामि
Abhay Charan, please come forward. I have already marked him. He shows so much compassion and love for Mahaprabhu's message. I am sure that you will be successful for spreading the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I will accept you as my disciple. Your initiated name is Abhay Charanaravinda.
Months later, Abhay Charan De took sannyas after being instructed by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His name became known as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. His mission was to deliver Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message, and to accomplish this, his first step was traveling to the Americas. To get there, he rode on the Jaladuta.
बृहस्पतिग्रहमावाहयामि
The night of this heart attack,
Come, Prabhupada, and face your fears. You needn't worry, as these heart attacks will not occur in the future. You shall live.
On April 1966, someone broke into room 307 while Prabhupada was out. They stole his typewriter and tape recorder, his two precious items that would help him make spread Mahaprabhu's word. Later on, when Prabhupada returned from his walk, the janitor was there to tell him about the theft. After quietly listening to the janitor, Prabhupada was convinced that the janitor was a thief himself.
Let's go outside and finish our rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Where's my tape recorder? Where's my typewriter? Do you know where it is?
Prabhupada, let me go check in the other rooms.
Hare Krishna. Did you see a...
I saw a burglar dressed in black, with nothing showing but his eyes. He stole your belongings, fleeing at the last moment. I'm very sorry for your loss.
say anything, but I am almost positive that the janitor is the thief of my belongings. How could anyone have such a detailed theory? I must simply chant the holy name and not worry about petty issues like these. No, it's fine. Okay, our big scene. Got it? You start on that side. I do? Yeah, I start on that side. Don't I come from here? Okay, I start on this side, right? Yeah, just there. You start on this side. You start on this side. Okay, right. I need my microphone.
Prabhupada was truly a remarkable man and attained spirituality while he was on the material world. The following pastime will explain how a true devotee can be immersed in love for Krishna. His first disciple, Acharya Mishra, went upstairs and saw Srila Prabhupada dancing around the temple room performing kirtan. Prabhupada was wearing a kadamba flower garland that went all the way down to his feet. Kadamba flowers are very rare, and when they were available, they would be the size of a golf ball. However, the garland Prabhupada was wearing were made up of kadamba flowers, which were the size of a tennis ball.
Prabhupada, where did you get this garland from? It's not available in the market.
Thank you for reminding. What? The drama's done?
Prabhupada, yesterday I saw you dancing in front of Krishna, so immersed without any acknowledgement of your surroundings. What was happening?
I was chanting to Krishna and feeling some love for him, and he appeared and gave me this garland. And when I went to touch his feet, he disappeared. And because of that, I was dancing around the temple room.
Krishna
Kishori.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Okay, we have a final song by the children, and they're going to sing a song which has been a poem that has been composed by His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami. So please wait while they assemble on the stage. And for the drama, we are very, very grateful to all the children, and we're especially grateful to Akash to come and support the girls program by being Prabhupada in our program. And this entire skit has been organized by the three girls who were doing the comparing for the drama, which is Ishita, Riya and Preeti. And the senior support was given by Ekta Mataji and Rupali Mataji, who have been doing a lot of practices with them, apart from taking care of their own children and all their responsibilities. So they have done this beautiful job. And we're also very grateful to the parents for supporting these children and getting them dressed up and sending them for practices. So if you would like your children to be a part of the different activities that happen at the temple, please contact or leave your contact at the help desk and we will get in touch with you. So apart from the Sunday school and the boys club and the girls club, we also have every morning these kids have a 45-minute conference call where they read Bhagavad Gita together. All the children of the congregation before they go to school. And every night before they sleep, they have another 45-minute conference call where they read Krishna book together. So they're constantly immersed in Krishna Katha throughout the day, and it's by the wonderful efforts of so many different devotees. So this conference call initiative is by Srinivas Kasam Prabhu, who's sitting right here. And he, along with a few other Matajis who have been driving this. So there are numerous things that are being done here for the children, and if you would like your children to be a part of it, please get in touch with us. So without further delay, over to the children.
I don't know if you have to play a song.
विदुराचारी Jiva
Thank you so much to all the children and to all the audience, and to His Holiness Ramay Swami, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami, and His Grace Harivilas Prabhu for being with us in this program and encouraging the children. If we may request you to have a picture with all the children on the stage. And we would like to express our gratitude to Rasa Chandra Prabhu and Ayush for training the children in this bhajan and making this such a wonderful presentation.